Hello, you are listening to the award-winning To Hull and Back podcast, proudly sponsored by Old Zoological Bar in Hull. I'm your host, Nathaniel, and tonight I'm joined by Joe, Christian and Will to discuss a rare home win and a rare 2-week break for the team as well, as they've had a gruelling period. We're through the worst of it now, on to the last 7 games of the season. 3 delicious points against our rivals, Sheffield Wednesday, and we're still 5th, so a good weekend. We were just saying before the podcast, I'll skip over this, I suppose, but I was annoyed about the Sheffield United result. Maybe we'll get onto that later. But the Sheffield Wednesday result, very good. So how are we feeling after that 3-1 win?
Feel lovely. Great. Obviously, there's the caveat of they're in administration. They're on -6 points or whatever it is. So we're not the best team in the world again, as normally happens when we lose one and then win one in this league. But yeah, it was the bare minimum we had to do, beat them, and that's exactly what we did. We made ourselves stress a little bit early doors, but yeah. Played well, controlled it second half, and I actually thought that Sheffield Wednesday were not as bad as I expected them to be. So I thought,
I mean,
they're obviously
it takes something to be as bad as a team that's got -6 points.
Yeah, of course they don't really have -6 points. I mean, they do, but the team don't. That's the club, of course. But we saw at their place on Boxing Day that they can outplay us at certain times.
They've had a few draws this season. Fair play to them. I mean, so it's not like they're impossible to drop points against. And we
not everyone's exactly, but not everyone's beaten them. 21 teams have beaten them, and West Brom are yet to play them the second time because they drew the first game. But Watford have drawn against them twice. So I think if at least one team can't beat them, it means it's not a guaranteed 3 points, as we saw on Boxing Day. So definitely, take the 3 points like anyone else. Because to be fair, yes, they have like second choice goalkeepers and stuff playing, but they do still have 8 or 9 of those players have played in the Championship before or quite experienced. So it is.
It's not just second choice goalkeepers though, is it? It's like
6th.
It's how many keepers have they had this year? Like 9, and 8 of them have been brought in on emergency loans. So they like if they were like it's a team that didn't stay overnight for an away game in the Championship. If they were run like a proper football club, they'd have done the hour's drive on Friday night. But they're not. It's for reasons out of the team's control and out of the control of Henrik Pedersen, and they are absolutely like screwed as a football club, and they've been run appallingly. But on the pitch, they're trying. Even though they're already down, you can see that they're trying. And even though they lost 2 players who ran the show against us in Barry Bannon and Bailey Cadamartri, who scored on Boxing Day, they still had fight in there. And a little part of me was worried when they were going forward.
But that's also because our defence is just so bad that we'd be worried against anyone, running forward. And yes, I know Sheffield Wednesday scored a goal, but we concede a goal in the first half at home from a set piece against everyone. I think the only team we've not done that at home recently is Watford.
Wrexham.
At home. It's every game except Watford since we beat Swansea. Wrexham wasn't at home. But that was before Swansea. But we've had Swansea, Chelsea, Bristol, QPR, Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday, all home first half set piece goal, either 1-0 or 1-1.
Chelsea's set piece was second half.
Quite right. But pretty close, just after. But I mean, even so, at home set piece goal. So that's pretty standard. We may as well just pencil in that's going to happen, and you just move on from there. You just accept it at this point. The Millwall one was the one that I was most angry about because how can it keep happening? But at this point, even Sheffield Wednesday doing it, it's just going to happen every game. Norwich, Coventry, Birmingham, it's going to happen. so we just move on after that, and they reacted well, as they have done sometimes, and they got the goal after, was it 90 seconds in general, and maybe up 60 seconds of play. So that was a great goal. And well, Christian, what did you think at 1-0, and how relieved were you 90 seconds later?
You didn't have time to think.
Yeah. Well, that was it. Yeah. No, I mean, look, how the game was going just before they scored, you could see how much effort.
Have we lost him?
They were actually putting in there. So
this is going well. I don't know whether, I didn't know initially if it was me who'd gone or him.
I'll continue.
Take over, yeah.
So while Christian recovers,
he didn't feel very well. I think I can get from this. He didn't feel very well when the goal went in.
Going into the Wednesday goal, I was getting a bit concerned about City because they were very, very listless, I felt. Outside of the chance that was created from an error that Mabeni probably should have put away, but it's a good save by Charles. I felt City aren't really... You thought they'd have come out into the game like they did against Millwall, be very aggressive on the front foot, really push them back, get an early goal, try and open the floodgates, boost them the goal difference. And they didn't. And it was infuriating that it took them going behind to suddenly wake up and actually attack, because the next attack, they score.
Yeah.
And like that attack showed just how easy it was to play the ball quick and carve them open. So, yeah. Anyway, Chris, you were saying...
I don't know what I was saying, because the second I opened my mouth, I lost everything. Like my full computer, every web browser I had open just went, nah, see you later. Sorry, pal. So, yeah, I do apologise, everyone. No, I guess where I left off was just before the goal. You could see the amount of effort Wednesday were putting into that throughout. To be fair, all 90 minutes they were putting a lot of effort into it, and credit to them. I have to admit, because of the amount of effort they were putting in, and we're still technically a bit of a makeshift team ourselves, with no left back, no recognised left back, let's call it, in the squad, and we're still kind of a little battered and bruised throughout the squad as it is. People that have come back from injury, there's still a bit tentative going into certain tackles and certain ways of the play as well. The sharpness still isn't there. So it seemed to me at that time, Wednesday were definitely the team kind of who looked like they were going to actually score regardless. Even though I would say we had the quality, they looked like they had the effort to actually go ahead regardless. So when that goal did kind of come in, it was kind of, I guess when I was sat down, I was like, it's just typical City, Charity FC. But thank God, 90 seconds later, we produced a very well dominant, passing, crafted goal. Because it was literally from kickoff, pass, move. And it kind of, when that goal went in from us, I kind of sat back again and thought, well, why can't you do that again?
Actually, it's what I said while you was away, Christian, that exactly what I said. It's why weren't you doing that for the 20 minutes before their goal?
Exactly what I said when you took back in the call, Chris. I just said the words, that's how easy it is.
Yeah.
And easy to make it, to carve them open. And the fact we've all said, the fact it took us going 1-0 down to do that and to turn on the style, build up with a ball a bit faster, move it quicker. Anyway, we got back in. We got back in the beautiful goal, and then we won.
Yeah, that's all we really had to do. I mean, I saw some people online at halftime, especially, and after the first goal, I knew that I didn't really have time to think, as you said, because we scored a minute later. So at halftime, when we'd gone 2-1 up, because of an absolute peach of a ball from McNair, so good. He also thought, this is too good not to go in. I have to put this in myself.
Put it in with his feet.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lovely ball. Just literally inviting him to put it in. I went down every comment I saw on Twitter at 1-0, where they said, "Oh, the team are an embarrassment. They're an embarrassment," or "That's playoffs done," or "Oh, they're garbage," or "We're shocking." Give it literally 60 seconds of play and we're 1-1, and then halftime we're winning. So I thought it would take. I thought it would take a longer time. I thought maybe at halftime it would be 0-0 going into the game, and that we would win in the second half. But so important to get the goal before halftime.
Going into halftime, obviously it was 1-1. Going into that last minute of injured time, and I think really for the first half, even after the goal, I don't think City were very. They didn't really challenge them enough, I felt, even in the first half. And I think losing Slater didn't help either early on, because I think obviously the energy in the midfield was a big loss. But the crowd there was murmurs, at least where I'm in the press box. I'm up in the West Upper Stand with not the usual. It's always different people almost every week up there, but there was a lot of murmuring. It had the feeling of they might boo them off at half time. If this is still 1-1. It genuinely did. So I think I was really glad that the goal went in, because it was the best possible time for City to get in front, and it set this template for the second half perfectly, because it meant that if Wednesday wanted anything from it, they would have to come out and open up and allow City to get into spaces. And I think in the second half, City came out and did exactly that. They managed to get into the spaces. They created quite a few chances. Probably should have scored more, but they did get the vital one that gave the 2-goal cushion. Lovely little bit of play between McBurney and Joseph. Nice finish, and obviously could have had more, but it ended up being a comfortable result in the end. And it was comprehensive. It was a game where the result was more important than the performance, really, at the end of the day, and that's what we got.
But it wasn't as stodgy as it could have been.
Thank God it's the international break as well now.
Yeah, but it's a comfortable game when Sheffield Wednesday, they do get battered every week, but they reminded us, they let us know for the last 30 minutes with them swinging their shirts around for literally the last 30 minutes. The only other thing I can remember like that is when...
You'll find they were telling us that they're massive.
Oh, that's true, but...
it sort of changed into that, didn't it? It started to get battered, but then last 10 minutes, it was just on loop. They're massive.
Mm-hmm. But it was a weird atmosphere, because not normally are the team 3-1 down, already relegated, chanting louder than the team fifth in the table 3-1 up. But it was a bit of a strange atmosphere. But yeah, just glad that for the last 30 minutes the game was done, because you don't want to be 1-1 or 0-0 or God forbid losing at home against anyone, let alone Sheffield Wednesday late in the season aiming to get the playoffs. That would be completely miserable. So I'm glad that we were able to do it. And I think McBurney had a chance where he won the ball off someone in the 6-yard box. And I think if it's 1-1, or if it's not against Sheffield Wednesday as well, given his Blades roots,
he should have squared that to Joffrey.
Exactly. But at 3-1 up already, he wants that goal. You could tell he wanted one. He had a chance in the
it was a good finish by Joffrey as well, but he was offside.
Well, the replay I've seen is close.
No, he's
close
offside.
Enough. I think he probably is, but close enough that the linesman could get it wrong, which I would have appreciated. But
which is typical of the EFL, to be fair.
Yeah, Gilwell didn't really have a great game, but Joseph in particular did.
He wasn't in it.
We've said that a few times, haven't we, about Joffrey?
He sort of got out-muscled a little bit, I thought, in the centre, and got a bit lost in the game, because it was always very wide. It was always with either Drama or Miller, I thought, when we were on the front foot. So, yeah, Joffrey just sort of not fell into irrelevancy, because that's really, really harsh, but he just sort of was on the pitch and you didn't really notice he was there. But what I was going to say about McBurney, when you made the point about his time at the Blades, Nathaniel, was he was absolutely desperate for Joseph to run over towards the Sheffield Wednesday fans, wasn't he? There was no way he was letting Kyle Joseph just run to the northwest corner and celebrate with our lot.
If he'd scored that goal early on, that chance early on, I fully believe he'd have done an Adebayor and just run the length of the pitch to celebrate in front of the Wednesday.
He would have. He would have. I know he would have. Definitely would have.
It would have been good to see. Good to see. because he's not scored against Sheffield Wednesday since he moved to Sheffield United. I think he did before that, when we did for Barnsley. But he was desperate. But I don't mind that. I mean, at 3-1 up, if he's doing that at 1-1, not scoring it to Gelhardt, then shoot him. But at 3-1, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I mean, we've got some comments here about Carl Joseph. Now, the last two performances.
What you mean, the best player that existed?
Exactly. He's had man of the match performance. I think the last two home games. Not started the last two away games, which is really harsh because he's played so well. He deserved that goal. Of course, he should have got one against Millwall. Wrongly ruled out him, and he got a really good finish yesterday. He's got 8 goals for the season now. He could get to double figures. Here is a comment that, and this is insane if you were to tell someone this at the start of the season. So it's a fair point. Danny, would you start Joseph or Balumi now they're both available on the right wing?
Joseph.
I mean, at the moment, obviously you don't necessarily have to pick one. You can, swap them around. But yeah, Joseph, the last 2 games, his technical ability. I mean, we know he's got energy, but the way he's been dribbling around people on that right wing, he looks so comfortable there. His ability, it's fantastic.
Nathaniel,
it's like he's really improved.
Joseph has played pretty solid all season.
He has, but he
just hasn't got any of where he just recently people have. Yeah. He's been a bit more obvious recently because he's picked up a bit on his goal scoring, but he's been pretty solid all season.
He has, but I think he's raised another level, which is good. That's what you want, because a lot of the players have been.
It's a raise of level, Nathaniel. I think. No, seriously, I don't think it's a raise.
He's not been this good all season. The last 2 home games, he's not been like that. Not quite that.
He's been good. I've said he has been good though. He's been pretty solid all season.
Yeah, it's a case of he's playing more to what he's actually good at. For instance, like you say, with the dribbling, the speed, the pace, the effort, the the ball, he's good at that. We know that he still hasn't got a touch. That's the one problem with him. He just doesn't have a touch, a controlling touch. But when that ball does actually settle to his feet, you've got no issue with Joseph having the ball at all, because some positives actually going to come out of it. The only downfall is that kind of first touch situation, which actually puts him kind of chasing after the ball and a lot of the time losing out. But other than that, I mean, like you say, it was well worth his man in the match on yesterday. Well worth it. As Ollie's putting in, that's like you've just shown up. Joffrey and Miller both looked off it. And Joseph was outstanding. Balumi's cameo. So a minute ago we were just talking about
Balumi had a really good chance.
Yeah, he did. And that's the thing. Like 10 seconds ago, we were just talking about, would you start Joseph or Mo? Well, Joseph can also do the left and bang Mo on the right. Because if I do agree with Miller and Joffrey being off it, but the one that concerns me the most out of the 2 is actually Joffrey, more than anything. Miller just seems to be slowly coming back into it. Needs that confidence after his big injury. Once he's kind of got that touch back, he'll need a preseason. It's a next season thing with Miller at the moment. We're using him as much as we can, but he isn't going to be anywhere near.
Let him go to the World Cup, have a good time, see how he comes.
Yeah, and see how he comes back. Whereas with Joffrey at the moment, he looks shattered. He looks exhausted.
I get that, but he's also scored. He scored against Millwall. He scored against Wrexham.
Yeah, he's scoring. He's
scoring goals. Though he then missed the penalty.
Goals.
Well, Joseph actually, while we're
the goal that was overruled was a good run and finish, but it was just offside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Joseph, while we're on about it, he's our 3rd top scorer this year. And talking about him finding another level, like. This season, the big critique of him last year was he's always in the positions but couldn't find the goal. 8 goals this season. That's enormous for him. If he can find
underperforming his XG though, he should have scored 10 goals if you look at XG, but it's still better than last year. So I'll give him that.
Everyone goes on about, firstly, fuck XG as always. Secondly, people constantly and rightly so go on about Ollie McBurney for Scotland. Where the fuck is the love for Carl Joseph for Scotland?
I know. To be honest, I would think given Joseph,
you're picking Lyndon Dykes and Che Adams, who combined have scored 6 goals this season, but you're not picking McBurney, who's got 13, and Joseph, who's got 8.
Yeah. Joseph can play any position across the front three now. He's got boundless energy. You think for his stamina, he could do well in the heat in the World Cup. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the Hull City Scottish striker that gets picked for the World Cup might be Joseph.
Was Joseph because Clark's doesn't like McBurney?
Yeah, maybe. You know, because you think, could he be a good choice as like the 26th player? You know, if it's a 26-man squad, because he can play a few positions.
I mean, with McBurney now, if he was in this squad, I'd think, right, he's got a shot at the World Cup here. But
this is all Scotland's loss. I'm not too worried. It means I don't have to be happy if they score at the World Cup. I can be fully happy that when they don't score.
But yeah, I think now there is absolutely zero chance that McBurney goes to the World Cup, which is such a shame after the season he's had. We could still have Kumas there, or Egan, or Amir.
Not Ajay, not because of Ajay, not Ajay.
Yeah, because of Ajay, not Ajay. Miller will obviously go, providing he stays fit.
Did Canada qualify? I don't remember them doing that.
Yeah, did Canada qualify? Let me think about that. Well, it's a World Cup in
Technically,
Canada.
no.
Exactly. Yeah, true. Yeah, it could be a good one. Of course, we can't have both Kumas and Amir, but we can have one of them. That'd be fun to see them play. Well, I think maybe. What if McBurney injures?
So I don't know who I'll go with there.
If McBurney injures Dykes when we play Charlton, then he's got a chance. Other than that, he might have to take it into his own hands. All right, Dykes. No leg for you anymore. Snap. I'll get in the squad. Thank you very much. I wouldn't put it past him.
No, McBurney can't do that because then he'll just not get picked. He needs someone like Slater to do it for him, or Lundstrom.
Thanks a lot, Ollie.
Slater to do it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Well, you've mentioned Slater. Let's take the tone down a notch. He's got injured. Well, it's an impact injury. We've got 2 weeks. Hopefully, he's back
happened
after
at the
that.
best. If an injury happened, it's happened at the best time.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, McNair from Northern Ireland as well, couldn't he? Great shout, Ollie.
I mean, if Northern Ireland get that will be quite incredible.
It will be unbelievable.
They have got to do to get there.
But Italy never qualify, right? If McNair keeps putting those balls in the box like he did yesterday, they'll be fine. Josh McGuinness will be lapping them up.
I said what we said on the pod to my dad and granddad before that free kick got whipped in. I said, oh, by the way, can I just point out, McNair on set pieces is so weird. It's like reminiscent of Harry Kane in Euro 2016. Yes. Then he slings it in the middle and it ends up in the back of the net. And I look right.
But that doesn't make sense because Kane was shite at set pieces at Euro 2016. McNair bang straight away a goal.
Yeah, well, exactly. He's made me look all right now.
And it really was a lovely ball. It's like prime Chris Brunt, whipping that in.
Of all the players.
Because he's from Northern Ireland. Right? I could say it's like prime Beckham, but of course, he's not English. So.
I mean, I would have picked a more famous Northern Irish winger, possibly. Maybe a bit older one, but...
Yeah.
He loved these, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Definitely.
Gavin White? Let's move on rapidly.
Briefly on Carl Joseph as well. Back on Carl Joseph briefly. I know at the start of the season I predicted Destin to be top scorer. I have decided to rescind that opinion. I'm going to bet on Joseph.
What a muppet! Imagine not picking McBurney. Well, mind you, I said this on the group chat. I picked McBurney, but I mean,
McBurney might not be top scorer at this rate.
It could be easily
Careful,
couldn't it? They're both on 13, aren't they, Gelhardt and McBurney? So, yeah,
but McBurney's on 14 because he got the one goal. He got a goal against Wrexham in the League Cup as well.
Yeah, and of course Gelhardt's off pens. So,
hang on, Joffrey's 1 for 2 this year on pens, so it's not like he's missed everything he's ever taken.
No, he's obviously McBurney's not on the pitch as well.
Rather than 12.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, the other thing about McBurney is that if the whole squad looks absolutely shattered, because it is, that's the only reason they look shattered, is because they will be, because the amount of games and the minutes, and McBurney, we're making him do 90 minutes every time, and he's not that young anymore. It's good, again, for another international break for him to rest, because we do have a lot of key players going. So it'd be good for him to
also,
there.
With the international break, hopefully, by the end of the international break, Coyle, Giles and JB are all back.
Yeah, JB's one you forget about.
Possibly Jacob as well in training.
Yeah, possibly. Was actually in their first match.
Yeah, I think Mayo would be back, wouldn't he?
5, is that?
Yeah,
5.
Which helps a lot.
Hughes back from suspension as well.
Yeah.
It was the best game he could miss.
Yes.
Yeah. He picked a good one, didn't he?
He did. And Sergey said, well, we're not going to bother appealing it because I didn't realise he was only going to be out for one game. I thought it'd be 2. No point risking him against Sheffield Wednesday. He didn't say that part, but that was the quiet bit. The insinuation. Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. McNair did okay at left back. He wasn't exactly bombing down the wing, not even like a Sean McLaughlin last year, but
he didn't really need
to. He did get the assist. Exactly.
He just needs to be solid.
And we were. I mean, the goal, it's fairly standard, and we were talking about it being a set piece, but it's bouncing around. We do actually clear the first one from the cross initially. I mean, it's a deflected one off Ajay. Nothing Panda can do about that.
It's still poor.
It's just it's a poor goal, but it's scrappy, isn't it? Though there's been a player in front of Sheffield Wednesday. It's just fairly standard. I mean, I'm giving this one off because at least they cleared the first one. I know it's the second ball we concede from, but at least it wasn't a direct free header, which it has been sometimes. So, they're getting better. They're getting better. Slightly. I mean, so
I did, especially early on in the game, I did think, God, apart from drama, this is a back four that's really, really slow. So one ball straight over the top, and they're there. And Piers Charles did it at one point from his box, just pinged it over to Ingleson. And I thought, oh, God, what's going to happen here? I've seen this coming. But we dealt with it just about. And that was all we had to stop. That was the only way, apart from not clearing a set piece, that they were going to challenge us. Mm-hmm. And we didn't let them do it more than once. So, job, like I said at the top of the show, job done. It's exactly what we needed to do. We had a task, went out there and did the bare minimum, which was win. Get a couple of goals, nice bit of confidence, move on.
Only one injury. We got to take it. Only one. Could have been worse. No suspensions. Could have been worse. How come the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper is the best goalkeeper, with their feet in the whole league? What's the deal with that? He was unreal.
There's an argument for Piers Charles being the best goalkeeper in the league. Full stop. You think who's up there? I think Panda's up there. Rushworth.
What, shot stopping?
Then not
in his whole game.
Piers Charles is definitely in the top 5 goalkeepers in the Championship. His age, how highly rated he is. He's already a senior Northern Ireland international.
Are you just saying that I should sign him?
Well, I mean, I did see someone say that on Twitter earlier.
Everyone will want him.
To try and rattle some cages within the owl community. And I think it worked a little bit because a few Sheffield Wednesday fans did bite. But his future his ceiling is so high. And he's going to be one hell of a goalkeeper in years to come for whoever he's playing for, because he's a keeper that will reach the very, very, very top. The saves he was making last season at Hillsborough kept that down and kept us waiting for Charlie Hughes' bullet header in the very, very, very last minute. Made some great saves. His distribution, like you said, Nathaniel, it was great. He's not a Sheffield Wednesday player next season, and wherever he ends up, they've got one hell of a keeper.
Mind you, are any of the Sheffield Wednesday players next season? Maybe not. Maybe about 3 or 4 of them.
I mean, I think Cole McGee will be a Sheff Wednesday player next year.
Who?
Dominic Arthur might be.
Yeah.
I think Deshaun Bernard will be, by virtue of the fact he's not played a game this year.
True.
What about Heskey? That was a lovely blast from the past of a name.
Yeah.
And also making you feel immensely old because you remember watching his dad play. At least me and Christian probably do. You two are.
I don't.
You two are babies.
I don't.
I do not remember watching Emil Heskey play.
No. Literally the season before I started watching football, I think he might have retired. Unlucky. Same with all the names they were rattling off.
But that's it.
It was nice.
Actually,
retro
I was also
day they did.
terribly disappointed that we didn't get to see an appearance from the superbly named Marvellous Nakamba.
Oh, is he at Sheffield Wednesday?
He was on the bench.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was at Luton. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know he was there.
January.
That is an exceptional name, isn't it? I do like Marvellous Nakamba. That's a marvellous name. Dear. Well, moving on.
Said then, or Liam Cooper. I desperately wanted him to be fit.
Yeah, him against McBurney would be fun to watch. That would be a good one. I mean, pretty much
good old-fashioned scrap, wouldn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It was a nice retro day they did before with some of the City legends. Of course, I only knew about 2 or 3 of them. Of course, I'm being nice to myself. Maybe 1. That was a good day they did.
Go on then, name him.
Or Barnby, Michael Turner.
So you didn't hear of Ken Wagstaff?
Yeah, well, Wagstaff, obviously. And
you'd be mentioning Justin Whittle here as well.
I knew Justin Whittle.
What about Green?
Stuart Green.
Green.
So that was like the League One promotion season from 20 years ago or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm aware of him.
You're aware of him? Or just
vaguely.
Making sure. Do you remember whose daughter you used to date?
No.
Oh, come on. No? Anybody?
I'm leaving this. I want to see if they can answer it.
I ain't got a clue.
You ain't got a clue. Put it this way. It was his manager's daughter at the time.
Oh, yes, I do know this. Yeah, Peter Taylor said he had when they were auctioning off a signed photo of Stuart Green at one of the evenings. He said, because Taylor's raffle ticket won it, and he said, well, I can either put it back in and not accept the prize or pin it up in my front room. But yeah, the shirt they had Kumas arriving was Robertson's match worn from the playoff final.
Very
the one he starts sittering.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Robertson's match worn shirt from the final. Panda came in wearing a match worn Matt Duke shirt.
Jai was wearing a Michael Turner shirt.
Yeah, a giant Michael Turner. McBurney had one from the very early 2000s. Crooks had a Wembley spec 2008.
McBurney's was the 99-2000 shirt. Because I remember having that one.
And I liked all the staff. Like all the staff were wandering around in retro shirts as well. And yeah, that was brilliant. It was a great way for the club to.
The retro match day thing, it's a huge thing, isn't it? In like Germany and Spain, like where clubs themselves will wear a retro kit as well. And I think I'd like to see that in England.
I think they've talked about it doing for the Premier League, haven't they? I think that'd be cool.
But we're not in the Premier League.
Not yet.
I'm on about watching Team I support.
Only 7 games away, William.
We can have the retro day when we go. We can have the retro day when we visit Tottenham when they get relegated.
You see, how would
after today's result?
I'm interested to see how like they'd make that work with kit suppliers and stuff, because obviously we'd want to go for like whether it's Wembley 08, Wembley 16, FA Cup final year, whatever it might be, or maybe older. But how would they get the current kit suppliers to remake those kits, or?
Well, it's the same anyway.
Our current kit supplier may not be our current kit supplier for much longer, so I won't worry about that one.
Well, yeah, I was going to say we don't have to worry about this, but if we asked Kappa Turkey to do that, we'd get the kit 6 months after.
I would also say City have been producing retro kits of old companies. What's to stop them possibly wearing one for a match day?
Yeah. I suppose it's a licensing thing in it, and what clubs pay for and what brands pay for and stuff like that. So
this is exactly what everyone wants to hear about after a great win against Sheffield Wednesday.
Just because you don't recognise most of these kits because you weren't alive.
Well, you want to know what I define as retro because I'm so young. Well, I wasn't even.
2018 probably.
Yeah, it was the shirt from last season. No. I didn't even. I was going to say I didn't even wear a shirt yesterday. I certainly did. Don't put that image into your mind. I just didn't have a Hull City one on, and I don't mean not a Hull City one. I don't mean a Sheffield Wednesday one. Just a normal shirt.
See, another thing that I wish now, seeing all this stuff, when I was a kid, I'd bought in a size medium or large the kits back then, because Cathal McCarthy turned up and parked his car wearing a Poppy shirt of the 2013-14 away, which as a kid, that's with the memories that I associate with that shirt makes it one of my favourite ones of all time.
Oh, I call it the Yugoslavia shirt, that one.
The blue Adidas one. And I think now for a day like that, I'd love to wear that shirt or the cactus purple third shirt from the last Premier League season.
I did nearly wear my tiger print shirt yesterday, but I decided against it, and I'm glad I did, to be honest. Because football shirts are dodgy after a bit of wear.
Another shirt I loved from years ago was the third shirt in 2014-15. It was it was white with a bit of blue trim. It was so simple, but I just loved it and still do. So I'd have loved to have rocked up yesterday wearing that.
Joe's mic is going really bad.
What is going on there? Because I heard that as well.
If people want to hear more kit nerdery, we did do an episode. It's a while back now. With Les Hull City Kits, he came on, and it was, I can't remember exactly when it was now. And whoever was on that day, we did our 10 favourite City kits. So you go back and look for it in our videos or on our feed. You might be able to find it.
Before that was obviously before me and Chris.
I think I might have been the only person here that was on that episode.
I mean, if you want to know my opinions on kits of recent years, a couple of years back when we switched from Umbro to Kappa on my YouTube, I did a video ranking every single kit that Umbro and Hull City had made between 2014 and when we left them in 2023. And so if you want to check that out, if you've got a spare 20 minutes, then go for it. First time I've plugged something on my YouTube for ages.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean,
I'll be honest with you right now. If the blackout kit isn't number one, you're wrong.
I can't remember what I put as number one, actually. I think it might. The blackout one was definitely up there, but I can't remember what it was I put at number one. I'm going to rewatch it after this.
I put the 23 home shirt because I like the thin white stripe between the amber and the black ones. I mean, a pretty boring choice, really, but I just think that's a really smart one.
See, all of
this is fucking riveting content, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Final thing I'm going to say is in that ranking I did, all of the home shirts ended up really low down. Not because I don't like them, but because I love a different away shirt. And yeah, it meant I had to sacrifice some.
Well, I didn't think much of this one's at the start of the season, but given we've won 20 games this season and most of them have been wearing that kit, it's growing on me. It's definitely growing on me. Whereas the one last year, oh, we've lost at home again. Not quite so much. Not quite so much.
That away shirt last year, though, was superb.
Which one was it again? Oh, yeah,
with the collar. Already. You can't remember already.
The collar, the collar. Yes, that was a very good one. And of course, winning at Sheffield United, Sunderland, and all that helps. That helps, definitely.
We didn't wear the kit I'm on about at Sheffield United or at Sunderland. I'm on about the white one.
The white one last year, was it a white one?
Yeah.
That was the away kit. The all amber one with the collar was the third. Tiger stripe.
White one last year sucked. No, we're just going to have to do this episode again in the summer. There's clearly a lot more to be said. Clearly, but yes, we must move on. Well, we've mentioned the home form there. I know we're so god awful at home. Oh, the home form. Oh, the home form. Well, firstly, not only do we have because we're so good away, we have the same amount of points at home as we do away, and
consistency.
Exactly.
That's some nice symmetry.
And we've equal to the points totals of the two best home forms we've had since we got promoted from League One. And that's the 23 and the 24 season, 33 points. We've got 3 more games. I reckon, I'm not going to 100% say that we'll scrape a draw out of the 3 games because we're so bad at home. But you'd like to think that we can break the record there. Even if we win 2 games, then we'll get the best record since we got relegated from the Premier League, which was the 2019 Adkins season. We've got 39 points. So it's mainly because we won the first few home games and lost the first few away games, why they're so balanced. And generally, since we started being good, definitely away form has been better. But I suppose we'll look at the games we've got ahead now. There's 7 left. Thank goodness, 4 away games, 3 at home. And of course, Coventry is going to be tough. But Birmingham and Norwich, you think we could get at least 1 win there. But I said at the top of the show there, I was annoyed about the Sheffield United result and then losing to Wrexham. It would have meant we would be 5 points clear if they just get a draw. But we're 3 points clear of Southampton and Wrexham. 7 games left. We never really draw games. We've drawn, I think, 2 in about 25, or it might even be more. So we're going to scrape a few wins from 7. I think we can certainly lose 4 of 7 and win 3. Do you reckon that is enough? Or is it difficult to give a number because it's just based on the form of the teams below you?
It's very tight, isn't it? But all we can focus on is doing our jobs. For me,
boring answer, cliche.
Don't worry about anything that happens below us unless we lose. If we just keep winning, then we'll be all right.
Win 7?
I think
7 cup finals?
7 cup finals. Coventry's obviously the toughest. I think Leicester is quite close to that because they're fighting for everything and will be.
Norwich on the final day could be interesting.
Norwich on the final day.
They might still be fighting. They might be fighting for a playoff place at that point still.
Hopefully, they're not.
Aren't they 7 points behind? Or is it 9?
Or even if they are, hopefully, we're already securing that. Hopefully.
We could send it. It would be interesting if we send Leicester down, because that could be a possibility. 3 games from the end.
Could be. Yeah.
Could be. Charlton, they're already done. So
their scenes are there. Nathan Jones is busy moaning about not having his hands shook. So their scenes are there.
He's got other stuff to think about. Yeah, I think Birmingham and Charlton, those are good dead rubbers. And Norwich, Norwich on 54 points, Southampton on 63. Norwich with 7 games left, they're 9 behind. They'd have to win maybe almost all their games. If they won all of them, 21 points gets to 75 points. They're not going to get playoffs.
Brum will think they've still got a shout though.
Maybe not by the time we play them. Potentially.
Maybe not by the time we play them, but they're only a point behind Norwich at the minute. So,
see, at the moment it feels like 2 from 4 in us, Wrexham, Southampton, and Derby. But I think it will change I can easily change.
Yeah. I mean, Derby, they go to Coventry next. If they don't win that and we beat Oxford, they're not going to catch us. Maybe they'll get plus, but they won't catch us. Yeah, I mean, you're right. We just need to keep winning. Or, as you say, Ollie, in the comments, speaker Charlton, how's that Alfie lad coping on Twitter now? We're safe from relegation, as you said, Will, on the last episode. We just needed an extra win. We are safe. So all the people say,
I like everyone's bringing that up now when I mentioned it last week.
Yeah, but it's...
or whenever it was, maybe 2 weeks ago.
It's the first thing you can achieve, and we've done it with 7 games to spare. That's good.
That's an upgrade on last year, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Gabe Sutton is crying into his Excel sheet. We like Gabe Sutton. We are a Gabe Sutton ally on this podcast.
He's one of the better ones.
He is. And I always, I do tell him every time I'm on that show. I say, oh, your mate Ollie said that we'd be bottom of the league behind Sheffield Wednesday. So, of course, as we beat Sheffield Wednesday, staying up, I did message his fan Ollie.
There are other podcasts that will remain nameless.
Exactly.
That I won't mention that are much worse.
The second garbage podcast. Got him.
Okay. Shall we do predictions?
Yes, because Nathaniel's in a good mood suddenly, so let's drag it down. This week was a rather successful one for a lot of the teams, for a lot of us, because we had 3 perfect predictions this week. As me and Joe all predicted a 3-1 win over the past week. Christian, he talked himself out of it. He doubted himself too much.
I did, yeah.
To be fair to Joe, last week I went back and watched it. You predicted us to win 3-1 and go behind.
I fucking nailed it.
But Nathaniel, as you can see, because he's a numpty, predicted 1-1 because, well...
He tried to be clever and play the game.
Why was you trying to copy the 1-1 bot?
Well, I thought Liam Rossini was the manager again. I got confused. I thought, bad home form, bottling playoffs. Oh, that must be 2024. I'll go 1-1 at home, and it didn't happen.
Well, as a result, Nathaniel, who was third, has gone crashing back down to earth, and has dropped back down to 5th. Whereas Ant and Joe have once again gone back in front. And because I also predicted, I don't know how the fuck I'm running away with this suddenly. I've turned it to Coventry City.
You have.
Wow.
Well, I'm happy for you, Will. I mean, my score prediction, only 2 goals.
My decision to stop predicting 3-0 every week has really worked wonders.
I'm going to have to go back to predicting stupid things. I mean, well, things that got me points.
No, because you would have presumably predicted like 4-0 Wednesday and not got anything still.
No. I would have gone City win 10-0 or something, but no.
That's true. You do predict silly wins for us, because I remember, was it 7-5, the Southampton game? I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've just checked. You predicted us to lose 5-7 to Southampton. You still predicted stupid losses.
I thought I predicted us to win that one. Yeah,
I love this. You predicted us to beat Sheffield United 7-0.
I mean,
but clean sheet. Sheffield Wednesday.
We might have had 7 shots. I mean, I'm taking that one.
Done a QPR and had 6 touches in the box and scored 6 goals.
Oh, yeah. See, I was surprised that the most heated one of the debates I was having after beating Sheffield Wednesday was with a QPR fan about Portsmouth. Because he was like...
who coincidentally are the one team who Sheffield Wednesday have beaten.
Yeah, I mean... I'm not surprised because, I mean, when we play Portsmouth, they are absolutely all over us. The problem they've got is they haven't got any good players. So it doesn't matter how well they play, they can't score.
No, they haven't got any good goals scored.
I'll say, where are they in the table again, Nathaniel? That might give you an answer as to the good players argument.
No, but I think they have a good system and a good motivation, and their manager's getting a lot out of them. But they don't have the quality, the technical ability to get the goals. That's what I'm saying. They have a ceiling.
Since you've mentioned the word manager, So I don't think he will be. But
What manager of the season?
I'm sorry. Sergei Kirich must be, if we finish especially in the top 6, he must be nominated.
Yeah, it's got to.
I like
under everything, under everything. I'm coming in the way how we finished last season, and
EFL will give it to Lampard regardless. You just know the way.
Yeah.
Has Sergei been nominated for Manager of the Month and not won any of them? Or is it 2?
I think so. 2 or 3.
He's definitely been nominated a couple of times.
Yeah, I know it's at least 2. I'm not sure if there's a third in there or not. But yeah, what I was going to say was going back to Sheffield Wednesday, Nathaniel. I got sent something. One of my mates at uni, he's a big Sheffield Wednesday fan, and he sent me before the game. Ike Ugbo, talking of not having any goal scorers, is reportedly on over 20 grand a week, equates to over $1 million a year.
Oh.
If the same restrictions, if restrictions are to be applied next season on their wage budget, he would account for 15% of the 7 million quid they're allowed.
Worth every penny.
Well,
0 league goals in 2 years.
2 years.
It's nuts. That is nuts.
He scored a few for them in January 2.5 years ago, or the 2023 season. He scored, I think, 6 goals, but 5 of them were in the first 4 games.
When he signed on loan from Cardiff, he scored 7 goals in half a season.
Yeah, decent.
Which isn't a bad return. But then, he scored 2 goals in all competitions in nearly 2 full seasons as a permanent Sheffield Wednesday player.
Yeah, League Cup goals, I think. I thought we were going to sign him because I thought, we can't sign anyone else. He'll move from one embargo club to the other. I'm glad we didn't. The former Sheffield striker we got on a free, a lot better than Ike Ugbo. Alex Neil will get nominated. Lampard. Hellberg will. Nathan Jones has done an incredible job, I think.
No.
Safely.
Fuck that, man.
Charlton have a very bad squad.
No. Not at all.
Oh, we've lost Nathaniel.
Yay!
Midway through that diabolical point, we've lost him.
That's for pretending Nathan Jones. No. Lampard will win it because he'll win the league with Coventry, and it'll be the first time they've been in the Premier League for an age.
Anyone who wins the league.
So Alex Neil should be up there. I mean, people might disagree with this opinion, but I think if we don't get in the playoffs, or if we don't win the playoffs, I want my personal second choice to win the playoffs is Millwall, just because it's the chaos it creates.
Oh yeah.
Sky won't like it, which is why I like it.
Oh yeah, Sky will hate it. I think the Premier League will hate it as well. So I'm all for Millwall getting promotion if we don't.
Sky want Frank Lampard's Coventry City to go up, and Wrexham
to go up.
Yeah, I don't think Wrexham will get playoffs.
Wrexham shouldn't even get in the playoffs because Wrexham are shit.
I mean, but Joe, we are.
There's still only 3 points behind us. Careful.
We are as well, and we're 5th. So
we're the worst team in the league.
Worst team that anyone has played all season. Ignore the fact Sheffield Wednesday are on -6.
The underlying numbers clearly say so.
Well, actually, the underlying numbers say that we're 22nd.
Fucking hell. What have I started here?
I look at the XG table every week. We've been consistently 22nd, usually above whoever else it is than Sheffield Wednesday. I can't remember. I think it's Leicester.
I love these theoretical tables that are complete bullshit.
Oh, completely they are. But I do find it fun that it's easy to explain why Portsmouth, for example, they're 12th in the XG table, and yet they're 1 point off the relegation zone. It's easy to explain that. As I said, their players are crap. so they can't score the chances they create. It's harder to explain a team that is doing better, but especially because it's not just that we're scoring more goals than we're expected to, because we're creating a lot of chances and we have good forward players. You can explain that. How come we're conceding, a lot, but not as many as we should be? That's on the opponents not being very good, and we can't control that. It's just luck. It's weird.
Fucking excellent at his job.
True, but I mean,
how many open
goals? How many open goals have the teams against us missed this season? That's not on Panda, or is it just the aura of Panda's presence? Like, I'll put this over the bar.
You mean like that time where you just let that ball past him against Millwall?
Oh yeah, but like Vipotnik and Price and Sargent, some of the chances they've missed.
Grant, yeah.
Carlin
Grant. There's only one table that matters, and it's the actual fucking league table.
It's the away form table. If it was the away form
the
table,
home form
we'd be having a lovely time.
Counts because the league's based on home and underwear.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was just the away games. Yeah. Anyway, what's next then? I mean, I guess we can look ahead for Oxford, but we may as well do that next week. Must win. Yeah. The next 7 games must win games if we want autos, because, like it or not, Millwall haven't won their last 2. Ipswich have drawn 3 of the last 4, and Middlesbrough are without a win in 3. And we just won a game. We are back in the automatic promotion race. We are. If we beat Oxford, we definitely are. 100%.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, sure. 5 points off. 5 points. It's nothing. It's nothing. That's 2 games. That's like 1.8 games, that is.
Caveat, Ipswich have a game in hand.
Caveat, we suck, and we'll scrape 3 if we're
lucky.
Back.
It's back again.
Right. Now Nathaniel's gone into negativity, shall we leave
It's not negativity.
When
I say that we're bad,
you suck.
No. When I say we're bad, that's not a negative thing. I'm delighted that we suck and yet find ways to win. That's good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, well, why didn't you say that straight out?
I do every time. Anyway, yes. What did you want to say, Joe?
I said, now that you've dipped back into negativity by saying 2 words, quote, we suck, shall we leave it there?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, well, let's do an entire Oxford United breakdown next week, I guess. We can do that.
Okay.
Or do you want to do predictions now, Will? Or do you want me to think of something for a week? What would be the most ridiculous?
Think of something for a week while I just decide to rant on AFCON.
Oh yes, we could do. Well, yes, international break.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Let's save that for next week. But yes, we will do that.
Because by next week, they might change the winner of AFCON to fucking Nigeria.
Giants like, yeah. Genuinely possible. Oh, well, it can't be Senegal, but it can't possibly be Morocco. I guess next up, Nigeria. Yeah.
Come back.
Did they
next
win the
week.
3rd place? I guess they must have done. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Come back next week for that when Burundi are the AFCON winners.
Oh dear, Saido Berahino would be chuffed.
When CAF have awarded the CAF Peace Prize to Donald Trump.
And
we ended there.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't say that. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. Oh my god.
Great 3 points for City. 3 lovely goals. We're mathematically safe, and we go into the international break 5th and looking up at the Premier League, and we're gonna be replacing Tottenham Hotspur. So let's leave it on that more positive note. Maybe the
Tottenham versus Lincoln next season.
Oh, and yes, we're all you Sheffield Wednesday fans, the million of you watching, enjoy Bromley away. So Joe, Will, Christian, thank you very much for joining me. And we'll be back next week for an AFCON deep dive. And we can look ahead to the first of 7 cup finals away at Oxford United. So take care till then. Up the Tigers. And
Yeah.
What a car crash of an ending.
ta-ta.